to guarantee success. So if you remember Skye from previous excellent filming on YouTube, we're following up with Skye today. Here he is socialising. And what I'd be focusing on would be distance, duration, distraction. Same as place training, okay, as you're working on, you know, the further in this case, the further I let him go, the more I trust him. The duration, the longer I let him be away from me, the more I trust him. Okay. The bigger the distraction going on and I allow him to be free and certainly far away and longer, the more I trust him. So what I work on first is I personally do like a 10-foot sort of distance. So 10 to 12 feet. So I say 0 to 3 feet is intimate space, 3 feet to 12 feet is social, 12 feet onwards is public. Okay. So when I'm first doing and building trust and the relationship again, especially for him, you know, around dogs, this sort of distance I wouldn't allow him to be. Okay. I would want him to be, so if we stop, I would want him to not be certainly any further than Rex. Here. I would want him to be maybe about where Stitch is now. Okay. That's it. I would only be letting him go that distance. Okay. Why? Because it gives you and him the greatest chance of success when he's now there, wee dog appears over the hill and you're like, pants! But it didn't necessarily mean he had to be on lead, but it meant that what he did have to be was a bit closer. Whereas we're like, oh crap, and we end up having to rein him in and we have a negative experience and it pulls us down. Whereas what we want a dog to learn naturally is when we stop, how close do the dogs stay to us? We want the dogs to be that psychologically in tune. Now we're all kind of congregating around a smell or whatever, but this is the one we don't trust the most, so he has to stay closer, right? So keep on that boundary, and any too much alertness that you have from him, perfect. So here what I would want from him is when you've got a few choices. With me, I would allow him to stay a bit focused on that dog and see what's he going to do. But I'm giving him the freedom to see what he's going to do here. To see, is he going to self-correct? Is he going to just observe and then snap out of it? But the thing you'd be doing in the meantime, definitely, if he was over there, you would be decreasing the boundary, having him closer, too fixated. Morning. Morning. You're keen going up the hill, guys. Well done. That's it. That's it. It's all downhill from there. All that. See it? So because there's a dog, no. So what I just either way. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Any way you want. Any way that's going to you're going to experience success. He's going to. You could use, you know, the prong. You're probably less likely for him to respond, for example, to the prong, and he's more responsive to a hey. You know, maybe even a stand on the line, tap with the e-collar, a wee tap, anything that's just breaking the habit thought process of dog. So the easiest is, yeah, you've got a few choices. You can go, well, I'm going to have him on that line. I'm maybe going to stand on, because you've got maybe say you've got the 10-metre line on him. And you go, well, I'm going to stand on half of it and just see how he observes that dog going by. I'm going to observe that. And build up that way. Or and see how he corrects himself. Or you can go, no, I just don't want any of that. And bring him in. So all he's doing is curious about the lady, blah, blah, blah. But it's these, I want him to learn that he cannot get any more than a 2 of arousal without our permission. Good. So I want him to learn that he can only get excited when we say so. Whether it's happiness excited, you know, just saying hi to somebody or hiya, or whether it's excited and you're concerned he's going to go for a dog. The key thing is I want him to live like this. Just live calm. So what is there? See that? No. Good. Because he lives like, cool, 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 concerned! And we want him to have 0 of that. Even just, right now, anytime those ears are up and he's like, whoa, that puts a lump in your throat and you don't trust, so no. So we have to learn to keep him perfect. So like these wee dogs, I'll show you how I'll do this. And I'll even do it by filming. Because he's super easy. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Let me help. So still off leash. Try and having the handle, the leash over the hand. Staying off leash, observing, any of that. See that? Early. Any concern? He's not allowed to go up and sniff and say hello, and not yet. Not that I'm physically keeping him away. He just has to learn to cope. Morning. Very good. Perfect. Past these wee dogs. So that wasn't a scenario where it's like, okay, let's stop and have him meet them, or okay, we're just walking by in the park. I want him to experience what every other dog did just here. They all just walk by, you know. We're not almost. I'm not one about going, let's add loads of structure there. Let's stop, sit, watch me, down, get him doing a cartwheel while that dog goes by. No, I want him just to be normal. Just be able to experience going by a dog calmly without having to get fixated. Because if we can stop the full, look at this nice muddy bit. If we can stop the fixation, then he's going to get to be interacting much quicker. Whereas if you only deal with the fixation by obedience commands, you're not quite getting there. The concern is still going to be there of, oh, I can get him in a sit, but heaven forbid that dog still comes within 2-3 feet of him, and then he's going to, you know, can you get your dog back, blah blah blah. But I actually want him to learn to just cope by existing with another dog. No. Very good. So this lab, come on dude. So my thinking when I approach a dog or we're walking by a dog, my thinking is, I'm going to tell you how to meet this dog. I'm not going to let the dog decide. So whenever he's doing something I want, I'm going to reinforce it right now by just letting him do. If he's doing something I don't want, that. Right. So even though he's sniffing, still too much leaning, fixation, concern. Has to be a right for him to get to meet the dog. So there a lot of people could have been like, pulled him back, put him in a sit, something like that, right? So all that, see the level of concern? Has to learn to cope. No. So this is perfect challenge. It's not about saying, get the dog away, or it's enjoying that and going, okay, I can, after the dog has to learn to cope by being in this experience. What makes it easier for you initially is if you had the muzzle on, makes it easier to be closer to that dog and stuff, okay? So the same here again. Look at the end of the leash. Got other dogs. So what I disagree with is he wasn't being bad, he got too excited. Excitement is the key to him mucking up right now. He doesn't know how to be with a dog and exist. Good job, dude. That's it. Just existing, just being. But what I don't want is this ears up. I don't want, believe it or not, waggy tailed and all. I don't want that. I want him just being. No, not right now. Not. I mean, now when we're together, fine. But when a dog's near and stuff like that, I want just calm. Okay, and that doesn't mean I want his tail tucked between his legs, peeing himself in. I want him just to learn to not. He always just covered up his issue with getting too excited. So, and he's like, cool, I know that command, that command, that command. I know how to kind of cover up how I really feel. Whereas I want him to just get rid of that and go, I don't want you to do something else. I want you just to take it on the chin and just learn to get rid of it. Which is just being, the art of being.